Welcome to Catalyst Over Coffee, a dedicated segment of Cardano Over Coffee to discuss early stage proposals, showcase ideas, receive feedback, communicate milestones, and assist and provide in Project Catalyst resources to community members. Check out our link tree to learn more and subscribe to our podcast. Let's jump right in.
Cardano over coffee. What is it, like a meeting or a podcast or something for like an hour sometime in August? I'm kind of excited for it.
Oh,
Are you guys,
sweet. You
is
signed
that with
up?
you guys? What's the whole like deal behind it? I'm
Well,
still learning.
we do. First of all, hello everyone. We've been doing that for a couple of years. We have a Twitter space running morning, kind of like a morning show type of thing. The slots are usually 30 minutes per, per guest. And we just recently opened just for those. So if anybody tried to schedule, it got super over. I mean, we got booked until September.
Yeah,
um
that's all
I
right.
think Catalyst season this time, it's like, yeah, it became a little crazy, so we added an extra slot for Fridays, so we're gonna extend to Fridays. And then we're also gonna use this is like a way for us to be able to amplify the voices. So we're going to start using the recordings, and probably we're gonna upload them to YouTube as well, and create a little thread. I talked to the team about grabbing the Catalyst proposals like we talked about here and making a little thread on Twitter to also add a little extra, visibility. So if you can just, if you're going to talk about your projects, just make sure that you put in the comments, just comment your proposal, the name, the link, and the handle if you're in Twitter, so then we can include it in the threads. That way, you guys get tagged, and then you kind of share. We're just trying to snowball some of this, the impact of the community, So just trying to help out a little more. It's hard, 1,500 proposals, It's like, gotta make sure that we help each other.
Yeah,
Hi,
cool.
Alexa. Nice seeing you, girl. We had our space today, our Wednesday crew with Lido Darlington from Lido Nation, Alexa and myself, and Cardano Over Coffee earlier today. But it's nice to see your face.
Can I
Absolutely.
ask you guys a little about, oh, sorry.
No, go for it. I'm just gonna grab all the information in the chats. So Jenny, I got that covered, just letting you know. But yes, go ahead.
I created this on our on our Catalyst Over Coffee. I created on our spreadsheet. I created a tab for today, and then you can just like drop them in there. It makes it easier, and that way we can just like craft that thread later and just get that going. And we'll do this every Wednesday, so you're welcome to come every Wednesday and do a little, we'll try to keep it, drive-by shilling is how Epoch from our team coined it, which I love it, because it's like, making sure that everybody gets a chance to talk, so if we have to put time constraints, we will, but I don't think it's necessary at this point. We'll just, kind of be mindful for now. And I
Can I
see
ask you
news also
about
is
the
from
voting
the team.
process?
Yes, Jorge, what were you saying?
So yeah, no, I just had questions about like the voting process. Can anyone vote? Like, what are the requirements to become a voter? Like right now, isn't
500 ADA and
that's it.
register.
So hypothetically, people could just set up a bunch of wallets with 500 data to.
It doesn't matter because your vote is limited to 1 ADA, 1 vote. So you can just set up one wallet and put all your, it's less of a hassle to
Well,
put
what
everything.
stops people? 1,000 wallets, so they have 1,000 votes.
You get a wallet per ADA, not per wallet. You get a vote per ADA, not per wallet. So you have 1,000 wallets with 1 ADA is exactly the same as 1 wallet with 1,000 ADA. All you're doing is creating a headache by creating a ton of wallets.
It's basically your voice. It's like the weight of your voice is based on how much ADA you have. So whether you have 1,000 in one wallet or 1,000 and distributed in 5 wallets, it will still be the same weight. You just have to use multiple wallets to cast the vote for all the ADA that you hold.
So your vote counts more for as much Cardano as you hold?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. I didn't know how that works.
Yep.
So, okay, this is confusing. So the richest people get the most votes.
I
There's
guess.
also a
But that's
ratio. There's also a ratio with the up votes and the down votes. So
Yeah, but in the
yeah.
sense of what he's saying, yes, but that's what there's going to be this introduction of D-reps, right? Which will allow for people to gather a lot of ADA into one place. So then you can amplify the weight of your vote. So you can get people to delegate the ADA to you so you can have more power, you see?
Right. Is there any statistics on like past wallet sizes and voters and funds and stuff like that? Like, are there any charts for that?
Oh my gosh, there's a lot of people that check on stuff like this. I don't have anything right now, but I can definitely get Quasar on that quest for you, and I'll let you know. I have your info, so I can definitely reach out to you, get some information for you.
Cool, thank you.
But yes, I mean, we're here. We can use the hand. We can use the hand system, right? And then if you guys want to talk about your projects, oh, we got Darlington here too. What's up, Darlington? We got the Wednesday crew now.
Yeah, Kevin, I usually have an RL meeting on Wednesdays, but not today. So
I
get
like
to
that
hang out with you
little
cool
closeout
folks.
video. That was a nice closeout video from my favorite co-dreamer.
She always does way better closeouts than I do.
She actually did good. I like how she did the whole she complimented the video with her little, she'll stop and it was good. I liked it. Good job. It's a good program too.
What's the question in the chat? Should we have a link to that data about wallet size?
Oh.
Not sure if I understand.
Hey, Donnie, George? Is it George or Jorge?
Yeah,
was asking about if there's any data on the wallet sizes that were voting in Fund 9 in terms of how powerful certain wallets were and how much weight their vote had.
So,
Yeah,
do you understand that? Yeah, what was happening is like Jorge was asking about, the power of, the ADA and voting. He wants to know about like whales and who has voted in the past and whatnot, if there's ADA for that.
Well, the data is private, it's all encrypted. So we will be able to confirm this when the new catalyst system come online. But the word is from IOG is nobody knows the individual wallet size and votes. All that data is stored in a privacy preserving way. There's just system to tally it up, but it's not the data for who voted for what and what the size is. The thing that there is data for, which is on the Cardano mainnet, is who's registered. Like that's on mainnet. So you can see who's registered to vote, but you can't see the individual votes. So
I guess it's a good thing, bad thing, right?
yeah, it's a privacy thing, right? We don't want to go whale hunting. I think we want to discourage whale hunting. We want to discourage, shaming and all that stuff. Your votes are private.
So there's no way to tell if like all the whales are voting in unison?
You can tell it as a registration, but it doesn't really tell you whether they voted or not.
Yeah, that's not gonna be right. Yeah, the way the data is stored, there's no data on individual votes, just the total results. and like aggregated results. But yeah, no, there's no way to tell about the Unism thing. It would just be basically conjecture based on the total number of wallets and the total ADA, right? So you can look at those two numbers and be like, okay, we got 50 wallets with 150 million ADA votes. I can tell you that is a cohort of whale in that group.
I have a link to where we can find the data for the register votes.
That's all on chain right now. No one's like gotten them out of chain or indexed.
No, I
we
mean
plan
like
to
for,
at
I'm
some
sorry,
point.
registration, I meant. Sorry.
Oh,
like,
registration.
The registration.
That's just in the wallet, isn't it? I mean, there's the Git book, but registration is just in your wallet. So Eternal, Daedalus, they all have a registration tab, a voting
So
tab.
you go in the GitHub and Gitbook for Catalyst.
To register, you just go to your wallet, really. Like
No,
if you go, I mean,
I'm talking
Oh.
about, you said there's like data for that, for to see like who registered. So
no, that's on chain. That's not anywhere. No one's gone and queried the chain and like put it somewhere. That's just on Cardano. That's a regular
oh,
Cardano
so nobody's
transaction.
actually tracking that. Oh, that's weird that nobody's actually done that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just seems really easy to control the vote. That's just kind of what I'm getting at, is like, if you have money, you can control the vote, right?
That's the theory.
So you guys have been dealing with this for a while, because this is my first one that I'm just like,
Yes. This has definitely been a topic of conversation for quite some time. There are a lot of different inputs on that subject. It's an interesting conversation, and it will be an ongoing one. Some people believe that shouldn't be the case. Some people want it to be one wallet, one person, one vote, but then you have challenges to that. Then others believe that it's a proof of stake, that your stake should have a weight in the matter. So it's a topic for debate, you know. The
Do you guys think-
plutocracy, the solutions to a complete plutocracy, if there's like, some other parameters that can help us from that. And
Cool. So I think I'm going to move this conversation over to the D-Reps breakout room. It's probably more appropriate there, right? I don't want to like.
definitely, I mean, yeah, you can go there and see what what you can take from there. I mean, bounce
Yeah.
around,
Yeah,
bounce around this different rooms and get to know people and talk about the subjects, and you'll learn more and more.
Okay, cool. And before I go, I just wanted to say thanks for all your help, guys. And if you have any legal questions with your project, you could shoot me an email. And I'm trying to fund this legal database for you guys. So I'm an American-based future attorney, currently in law school. And any way I could help you, I'd be happy to. So let me know.
It's sweet that you get educated on how this catalyst thing work, because we can you can understand more the implications of the law as well, and everything that goes and happens around here, and help us out.
Yeah, I
So-
mean, it's a mess right now in America. So I feel like it's a good time to get involved with that stuff. So that's just kind of what I'm doing.
All right,
But-
well, bounce around, and you're welcome to come back. We'll be here
Thanks for all your help, guys. Appreciate it.
for sure, man.
Take care.
He's gonna be coming to Cardano Over Coffee too soon, so sometime in August.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
He also went to UF, the University of Florida.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. He did talk to us last week. We have his info. He's coming to Cardano Over Coffee, so we'll get to ask him a lot of questions. So we also like during the nudes workshop in Philly, I met this guy that specializes in crypto taxes, and we had a really great conversation. I want to bring him to Cardano Over Coffee because he had really good points. And remember what we were talking about today, Nudes, about the airdrops and all that stuff? We talked a lot about that.
Totally.
We talked a
I
lot
was talking
about
to other
that.
people about that.
And well, it was actually kind of like the inspiration for drip drops as well. Kind of like how to solve that problem, right? It's like how do people can,
Yeah.
So it's
What did berries do? Because that's giving NFTs to delegators, right?
what do berries do? What do you mean? The first time?
Were they airdrops or did you claim them?
Well, the first time was an airdrop, and
Yeah.
that's when it all happened, when everybody started delegators started, they took it from that. So the conversation was about, airdropping NFTs into pools, and everybody started kind of doing that as a way to attract delegation. And then that kind of question started coming out, like, what are the tax implications of doing that? And
do you think there's a difference between NFTs that you create that are just like information with no resale value versus like I go and buy stuff? Like,
no, because they all have an ADA attached to it, and that's the thing. Even if it's 0, you have to claim it. But in the case of Cardano, makes it a little more complicated than other chains, in the sense that every NFT has an ADA attached to it. So even that ADA has a monetary value. So for every NFT that you get airdropped, you are incurring like a transaction event kind of thing, a taxable event for the delegators. So instead, then you can create a system where people, if they're interested in it, they can go and claim it. That way they know what they're doing, so they can.
Yeah, hell yeah. The NFT faucet from Thad that he came on Cardano Over Coffee and talked about, I feel like it's a great solution for this kind of thing. It's really great to have this conversation ongoing for sure. But I see some hands up with Robert over there, who joined Catalyst Over Coffee previously. What's going on, Robert? How are you today?
Hey, how you guys doing? Thank you for giving me this time. For those who don't know me, I'm the founder and CEO of ScheduleSite.com, and I provide scheduling media content for your calendar with one click. So I aggregate essentially all different kind of events, fun events, football games, basketball games, TV shows, concerts, anything essentially with a date and time. My partners include Ticketmaster, StubHub, Live Nation, Fandango, and Eventbrite. And I was able to tap into their APIs and aggregate all their information and convert it to scheduling media content. However, the most important value proposition that I'm offering Cardano family is that I don't not only provide system generated content, but we also have user generated content. So I took the liberty of creating an actual category and subcategory specifically geared towards Cardano related events. And you can essentially go onto the platform, which is currently live right now as a responsive website, create an event, go to the category of Cardano and choose whatever subcategory you want, testnet, NFTs, Cardano projects, or other. And if you want to get more publicity for whatever you're planning to create as far as an event, you could feel free to reach out to me and I'll feature it on the platform. And essentially that's what I'm trying to do, is build the actual mobile application on the Cardano blockchain. So essentially that's what I'm trying to do. And hopefully you guys realize the value that I'm trying to provide. And please feel free to look at my proposal and comment or have any constructive criticism for me. I'm more than willing to listen to you and implement whatever you guys decide that I need to improve upon. And I thank you for your time.
Thank you. And make sure that you provide the information, that I mentioned earlier in the chat for Alexa's taking. Thank you, Alexa, for that. Can I ask you something? How did you find Catalyst, Project Catalyst? What Project Cardano and Project Catalyst?
I was initially a Cardano holder and I'm an investor in crypto. Obviously, and I was into Cardano because I felt that Charles Hoskinson had the vision and the technology to implement. I mean, as you can see, he started off with inception building a proof of stake network, blockchain rather, and everybody started following suit. Look at Ethereum; they switched to proof of stake, and just to have that level of vision and to have that level of security as part of the foundation of the blockchain. That's why I decided to go ahead and find out more about the community, which is, I feel, is the most intelligent community my opinion, of all the different communities out there as far as blockchain is considered. And I said, you know, if I want to build on a Web3 platform with a blockchain, who would I choose? Well, I'm going to choose the most scalable and the most reliable, the most secure blockchain that I know of. And for me, it's Cardano. And I think the vision here is amazing. My project is a visionary project. I've been working on this for several years. And it was going to be an application, but considering the future and how things are going to look, I decided to go further and bring it onto the actual blockchain. And Cardano is where I would like to build.
Sweet. Thanks for that. It's always good to
Absolutely.
hear more about, you know, your background and how you made it here, since this is a community, you know, kind of initiative, and it's all run by community. So it's good to know a little bit more. And yeah, it's great. And I see Sessions is moving around. He's not in a chair today.
I'm actually leaving. I'm actually leaving now. Yeah, and don't worry, I'm not shilling this time. This time I'm listening to other proposals as a reviewer. So this is my reviewer hat on. So yeah, let's keep them going.
It was crazy last week, huh? With all the closing, like finishing touches and editing. My gosh. I'm still getting out of it, not gonna lie. Today is the first time like I actually stepped aside from my computer for 2 days. I was like mobile for 2 days. I was like, I don't want my desk. I don't want anything to do with my computer.
I'm
I
grateful. I'm grateful for the time that we get in between phases because of that. There's so many proposals to read, and as well as our own proposals to write, and yeah. So
and I don't want
I-
to, I don't want you guys to forget about the pitches for you know, I don't know if you have already submitted your, can you submit it by now? Lido, the 2-minute pitches for lidonation.com/catalyst. 2-minute quick pitches. That stuff is to be used. I know Sessions, you made something. I forgot to give you feedback on it. It was good.
Yeah, if you've got if you're up for it, you know, do a about 2 minute video explaining your proposal. And we're gonna do some marketing blitz around voting time with those 2 minute pitches. They're gonna show up on the Lido Nation homepage. They're gonna show up in the voter tool. We're just trying to get more eyes on more proposals. So we're asking if you can explain your idea in 2 minutes. Hopefully people are more willing to listen. We're gonna have little playlists that people can sort of start playing on their phone and be walking around and listening to your proposal. And so, and then what they'll be able to do is if they do hear a pitch that they like, they will be able to directly from the media player bookmark it using the voter tool, and then they, you know, hopefully they see more proposals that way, and then later they can go back and like click through things and read things more. So that's the idea. Gonna get more eyes on more proposals.
Hey, Lido, question about that. So I know I tend to over talk. You know, I'm over explaining shit. So mine is 3 minutes long, and so it doesn't fit that 2-minute period, the pitch. But can I still be part of the playlist, and it just simply cuts off at 2 minutes? And if they'd like to listen to the whole thing, they can go to the YouTube and listen to the whole thing. Then
that is giving me more work session. I'm just gonna do the filter at the top. Anything that's over 2 minutes will not be included in the marketing.
It won't be, so you gotta make it 2 minutes. That's it.
Because otherwise that's
I'm sure Session can fit. I'm sure Session can figure this out on YouTube. Clip out a 2-minute chunk.
There you go. Exactly. Do another video. Yeah.
Donington, could you put that link to Lido Nation to where I can upload that on the chat by any chance?
I just
You have to claim your. Do you know what, Lighter? You need to make a 2-minute quick pitch video on how to do this.
How to do.
Yeah, I'm on the website, but I can't figure out where to upload the video.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I would do a 2 minutes thing, but basically it was
a little tricky.
It is. Yeah, I'll share my screen.
Because
real
it
quick.
is a little bit. You have some steps. You
Uh,
have to claim your profile.
Would
Your
you
profile, right?
enable screen sharing, Jenny,
It's.
on a
mm,
security or
I don't know
something?
if I can even do it. We have to ask Danny. Is it? Can I do it from here?
Yeah, well, if you're a host, yeah.
I don't know if
This-
I'm a
do you-
host. I think I just like. Am I even a host in this
Do
thing?
you not have a security button on your buttons?
No, dude. I think I
Okay.
just like. I'm able to record because I have, I pay for this thing, so it allows for me to like. Why is
It
it
says
not
you're.
allowed?
It said Jenny. It says you're a host.
It says I'm a host. Oh, okay.
Yep.
I wasn't last. Okay.
But I don't think you can give in
I
the
don't
breakout room. You can't give permission to share unless you already did it ahead of time.
But last time we were able to get him to do it. Allow multi-pin. No, I can't give you. You're right. That's weird.
Well, so I'll see if I can do this
I
in
can
the
do it.
chat.
For some reason.
Oh, you can do it. Yeah.
Oh, there you
reason.
go.
I don't know why.
So
Okay, no, that
go
works.
go to the menu there. On the
Oh,
just
now I can
yeah,
do it.
and then click on people. On Catalyst Explorer, click on people.
Beautiful website, by the way. This should be the default. Add your proposal, do everything here. Idea scale doesn't
We're
cut it.
working on it. I know that I
Yeah.
know the team is launching a new website too. That's one of their proposals. Is it loading?
I don't know.
It
There you go.
is.
Oh, okay. And then just
Hi.
find your name, Cook Time. So just type in Cook Time in there. So yeah, you
I
go
think-
on here, you find your name,
Oop.
and then you claim your profile. What browser are you on? This is very interesting. Like it doesn't load the first time or something.
Is Lido Nation under DDoS?
I know, right? Just go back to the Cook Time page, Cook Time, and refresh that second page. The
I
page you
did.
already opened. Oh, okay.
Let me try one more time.
Jenny, is it working for you? That's weird.
Working what? It's working for me.
So
Can you do
I
what Cook Time is doing? Click on your name, and does it open?
Yeah, that's
you
happened. Like, I found my name, and when I clicked on it, it says this page isn't working.
Same here.
I just got it to load.
Oh,
I
interesting.
mean, I think I claimed my profile before, so let me see.
I think we might have just found a bug. Holy
Uh-huh.
shoot! Holy shoot! Did you see you got it to work Cook Time or no?
Yeah, I'm on the page right now. Do you not see it?
No, your page, your profile page.
Oh, I went to a different browser. Here we go. I'm on my page.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to look at.
I went to Chrome. I was on Safari.
Oh,
Yeah, it's working fine on Safari on my end.
Maybe search
Just
it.
voodoo.
I'm gonna have to go click on a bunch of names now and see if I can get it to not work. But you see the big claim button at the top there? So you have to claim your account. Yeah. So if you've not done this before, you just have to do it. You put your email in there. I think the email is the only thing that's required. Whatever you put in the bio is what will show on the website.
Okay.
And then you hit submit.
But what is?
It will give you this
I have
code.
done this before. Now it doesn't show like I have it.
And
I
then
did the
and then
same thing.
you just send me this code. So just put that in the chat, Cook Time.
Okay. I have so many buttons to push. Oh boy. How do I get back to Zoom? Oh, here we go. There we go. Thank you.
So you have to do this once if you've never done it before. But then, oh, okay. I think I found a problem. Hold on 1 second.
I'm sold, Lido. I'm gonna do the 2-minute pitch. Is there a cutoff time? I think you. I'm just gonna.
No,
do it.
this is the only thing you could actually change it around, right?
Yeah, you can change it whenever you want. There's no cutoff time.
Other than the 2-minute limit.
Yes, you have a 2-minute limit session,
It's
not
gotta be 2
2
minutes.
0001. Like keep it 1:59 seconds. Just to be sure.
Okay, Cook Time. You should have gotten an email. That says, hey, set your password. There you go. You say a password.
All right, nobody look.
Okay, just stop
Pausing.
sharing for now.
It doesn't show the password if you're typing
Okay.
something out. Yeah.
I don't believe you.
Come on. We know how to build websites, I think.
I
It
hope.
Well,
it
in this
should-
case, it is showing the password because you're using Safari and it's showing us the password.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
showing the
not that
password.
one, not
That's the
new
temporary
standard.
one.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. I mean, if you're just typing it in, it won't show what you're typing in.
Does the email take a while to come?
Oh no, I have to verify you. So if you send me that, I have to, you see that code you just sent me? Once I do the verification, it
Oh,
comes
you
right
have to
away.
manually do it, Lido?
Yeah.
What is this? Do we need a proposal for a verifier for Lido?
No, I think once you go to the automated system with the new catalyst, then I won't,
Okay.
I will be able to, yeah,
But
I'll be able to.
for some reason, my friend, I've done this before and it almost sounds like
Cook Time, did you create a password? Can you log in?
Yeah, I already did. I'm right here.
Oh,
Can you
ooh,
see?
and then that's funny. Click on that catalyst font 10 thing on the top there. So,
The
so
tiny one.
once you have a password and you have a login, you can go to the dashboard there. What does it say? Reports. Go up to the top. You see where it says
dashboards.
reports. Yeah, it should say dashboard, but it says reports for some reason. Below your name. Yeah, welcome back, Cook Time. Reports just below your name.
Oh, here.
Yeah.
So, Darlington,
So-
I sent you a PM on IDES here with the code, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. I guess.
So once you're here, this is the thing that when you claim your profile, this is the thing you get access to. So you can go look at proposals. Any proposal that you are the primary author of will show here.
Oh,
So
that's what
Cook Time-
doesn't show because I'm not a primary. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, and so shoot, Cook Time. Actually, Cook. Let's see. Hold on 1 second, Cook Time. Let me just.
Sure.
Since yours is the only one that's working, let me make you the primary for our proposal. The Cardano Over Coffee proposal.
Mm.
Darlington,
This
I'm
is-
not, I'm on 3 proposals that I see and I'm not primary on any of them. We're just supporting on 3.
But they show under your proposals?
Yes.
Yeah,
You will
because our
see
names
them-
are
you
added,
will
I think, Daryl.
Yeah, well, they're specifically added as supporters. Perhaps that's what Cook Time you just need to add.
Did you claim that profile for the primary proposal? You can claim more than one profile, by the way. So if you claim the profile, then it would show up there.
That's weird.
Send me a link to your profile, please. The person who said that.
Me? Okay, just 1 second.
Yes, sorry, I'm not looking at the screen.
Yeah,
Yep,
because
no
Because
worries.
I show up in Lido Nation as having 2 proposals as well, and I'm not the main proposer.
Oh no, showing up on the main site is different. You won't be able to change anything where Cook Time
No.
is. Yeah. So in the
Yeah.
back end, you won't be able to like. So
We
it will
show
up
on
here,
that too.
right,
This is
yeah,
exactly. We just don't show in the in your portal, in your
Yeah, it
personal
won't-
profile.
only the
portal.
primary person can manage it. So go back to your portal, Cook Time, and refresh.
All right.
So for hero, this is
So you see
something that you show.
now, so
Oh, okay.
right, so if whoever claims the Cardano Over Coffee account will be able to manage it. So you click on manage,
There we go.
and you can see all the stuff you can do here. If you do get funded, all the monthly report links will be under that little official IOG funding report for you. But that's where the quick pitch is. So if you click on that add quick pitch, you can add the link there.
Got it. Do that, and then you
So
go.
I think I can demo this in 2 minutes if everything was just working.
And hey man, where are you getting the data from? Or is this from an API from Catalyst, or are you importing that and saving it locally?
I'm saving it locally. I'm getting the data from idea skill, from spreadsheets.
Oh wow! Oh no way! Oh, you're just grinding it out.
From all over the place. But yeah, that's how you do the quick pitch. QuickTime, if you click on API, please, in the menu there. I do make all the data available if you guys are thinking about doing data stuff. So you can see, you can access the cleanup data there if you're interested in that. And that's free to use. Anyways, that's how you add your quick pitch. I'm gonna be quiet now and verify all the people who has DM'd me on Idea Skill. Thanks for sharing, QuickTime.
Sweet. And then you're gonna create this maybe, hopefully, by next Catalyst Over Coffee. We'll have a demo.
Yeah. Go to proposals, QuickTime. Sorry, one last demo thing. If you are on here, and now the one big thing, so if your video is over 2 minutes, it will still show in here. So type in DMU, QuickTime. Yeah, type in DMU. You see how it says quick pitch? So if you click on that, people can still play it, right? And then I have this view here.
Yeah, baby.
I have that little camera view. If people toggle that view, to the top.
Only people with only people with quick pitch
right,
shows up.
exactly. If you click that, if you remove DMU, you'll see the other from the search. If you clear the search, you'll see other people who has quick pitches. So yeah. So that's sort of, so you will show here no matter what, but if it's over 2 minutes, you won't show other places.
And then you're gonna have a view that's gonna be kind of more like a playlist, right? Which is only the videos kind of thing. Is that what you're saying you wanted to?
Yeah.
Look at that. Only 25 proposals with quick pitches right now. Is that what it is?
I think it's 10. Yeah.
10. Wow. We need, those people have an edge on you. Let's just say.
This is the first time I've heard about quick pitches in Fontaine.
Yeah, I really want to get this, this idea of a quick pitch video stuff.
I think you started it last year, right? You started
right. Last year we got 118 submissions. And that was really helpful. People found that useful. So, but just this idea of, hey, you start playing a list of 10 things while you're doing your work. And if something catches your eye, you can switch to it and bookmark it. That's the main use case I'm sort of going for.
And from Light Donation, you can bookmark it and then create your little cheat sheet. And then when it's time to vote, it makes it easier.
Yeah, and this is a lot of people are doing this, and then the quick pitches will show up on that cheat sheet too. I just started building that cheat sheet functionality. If you go to voter tool, QuickTime. Yeah, so that's how you can sort of create one.
All right, cool.
And now click on view. I'll bookmark something else.
Oh, so you can create different ones. You can create one for each category.
Yeah, and then click on view.
Oh, that's sweet.
You can.
Can you print that?
So you can have this list if you're not. So the bookmark feature is something that just exists just for normal Catalyst research. But if you actually want to create a draft ballot, you can click on that create draft ballot button. And it would turn this into hey, let me decide my votes type of situation. So if you
give you the budget.
Yeah, I'll give you the budget and all that stuff. If you give it a thumbs up QuickTime, you will see.
That's so funny. I was just gonna say, hit that thumbs up.
you will see that, okay, if this proposal gets funded, that's how much money is left. So go ahead and type in something in the search box. Put in coffee or something. And this box, you can use it to search person's name, like all the fancy search, all the fancy search stuff, idea. And if you click on them, it will add them to the list. So let's scroll back down. You can give that a thumbs up, right? So you can sort of keep going and like building your ballot. As you hear about proposal, you can pull this up and add it to it.
This is amazing, Lido. This is dope.
What I'm really trying to push this year, this funding round, is some people just come and vote for their favorite proposal and then it stops. But I'm like, okay, what if you like actually try to use the whole budget and keep voting until you've used up the whole budget? I think that will counter some of the whale effect, if everybody else is doing this.
I always forget how that works with your voting power. Like, let's say you're just using the minimum, you have 500 ADA. What happens when you vote for as many projects depending on the funding they have, just to use up the whole available?
Yeah, every time you vote, you increase the project's total yes or no by your amount. Every time you
it doesn't matter how many.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
And per category.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Every time you do that, and that's what I'm saying. Like in theory, you don't want to upvote every proposal. Maybe just upvote until the whole budget is used up.
All the ones you like. I mean, you don't have to.
You can, right? It's just,
but what you're saying, like up to like to make it efficient, to keep the budget, the amount that you could actually vote for, right? In mind, this is really helpful. So you don't just start voting for over the limit, and then you get the issue that we always usually get, which is people that get the votes but they don't get the funding.
Right. Yeah. If you just vote everything, then it sort of dilute your voting power, versus if you just vote for the ones you want. And then in this case, I think if you maybe think about voting to cover the entire budget, you vote for the one you want and then you see the other ones, we might get more community projects funded and like less willpower happening. That's my theory anyway.
I hope we can find a way to articulate this concept better.
I know, yeah. I'm happy to hear whatever, happy for suggestions on how to better articulate it.
It's a good concept. It's just a matter of how to articulate it so we can kind of get the point across better, right?
Yeah, I feel you. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a great tool for sure.
Yeah, thanks. I think once I get the data for so two things I still need to implement. There's still a little bit more work to do with that tool, sorting different types of views and stuff. And then we still need to add the ability for you to see like a quick view of the proposal. Just the three things: the problem, the solution, the teams, and then that little history of completed proposals, outstanding proposals, right in context, so you can just see it right away without having to click on the whole thing. And then once I get the ratings in there, because you'll be able to see the ratings too, I'm gonna make the rounds on all the YouTubes and stuff and
Lottie, do you have any proposals to help support this tools?
There is a proposal for this specifically. It's called Catalyst Explorer 2.5.
Put it in the chat so we can like highlight it. Why not? Since we're talking about it here today.
I do not mind. Let's see. And then just not this fun because not this year because this stuff is like really a lot of it is prototype type stuff. I'm not part of all of the code and stuff. So I'm pretty embarrassed. But next year I'm gonna open source it.
You
Clean up
gotta
the
clean it
code.
up. Yes, I know what you mean.
I've been there, man. Dude, but the front end, honestly, it's beautiful, man. It's one of the most beautiful sites I've been on in a long time. What technologies are you using to build it?
Vue.js with the rewrite recently is Vue.js on the front end, but then I use Laravel on the back end, but then I use
Dude.
this thing called Inertia, so I don't have to like build a full backend API to make the development go faster.
Nice.
So,
I'm also a Vue Laravel. That's cool.
I'm definitely
So-
using this tool for sure.
it's very helpful for finding, because when you're on Twitter Spaces and you're hearing my proposals, this is relatively mobile friendly-ish. You can just pull it up and just find a proposal and just add it to your list, and then you come back to it later once you.
It works really well, actually, on mobile. It looks really great. I like how you can zoom in and out, which is something you cannot do in
Yeah.
Catalyst when you're mobile. You're like, so if you're using graphics, you can actually like zoom into them. Which, by the way, Lido, I forgot that we had this conversation before, and for Cardano Over Coffee, I was like, why are the graphics not showing? And then I realized the majority were in PNG. And that's why I was there like until like 3 o'clock in the morning, changing those into JPEGs because they weren't showing.
The graphics was challenging, because they really messed up the big list views and stuff. So I opted to hide them on the list views, because then like things look weird and giant white spaces and stuff. But if you click into the proposal, it shows the graphics. And then
Yeah,
the
but
other
it was
thing
that
too.
PNG thing. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was so glad I caught that. Otherwise, there was like a whole bunch of broken links. And I was like, no way. I caught it like right before I went to bed.
You know, a little nitpicky, Lido, some feedback. Maybe you can add word wrapping to it, because when I read proposals on Lido, and the word doesn't wrap, like I don't have that hyphen. I don't know. My brain just doesn't like it. You know what I'm talking about? The hyphen when the word is interrupted and it goes to the next line. My eyes.
I know.
Right.
It should
I
like
think you're talking
justify
about
it.
I
You should
think no, I think I know
justify
what you're
it
talking about. The
so
single
it doesn't
proposal
cut
page,
it.
right? Yeah.
Well, like the words get cut off. There's no hyphen.
Yeah, I think I
To
know what
me,
you're
it
talking.
shouldn't even. You don't even want to hyphenize. You want to just justify it, so it just goes to the next line or something like that. I don't know.
There is some technical challenge with how I get the data out of ideas skill and how it gets into that
I could
system.
tell. I could tell by
and
the way
that's
it's
part of
rendered.
that.
Yeah.
But that is a whole, hopefully with some of the new tooling, the Catalyst, the IO did a really good job with how they clean up that data. So I think we're going to get all that data with some of the new system and so I would just bring those over and just replace what I have now.
Sweet.
And hopefully it will look nicer. And then also that one of the proposals in there, the Catalyst Explorer 2.5 is looking for a UI UX person to help me redo the single proposal page, because I'm not a UX guy. So I know that experience can be better. So hopefully I
Would you
find
have a
somebody to
call
help with
out or
that.
like a way to submit for that?
Oh, we have to get funded first, but yeah.
You'll create something. You'll do a call out for people. Just keep it in mind. Just make sure did you put the proposal in there? Yeah.
Yeah,
The link.
I posted a link in there.
Thank you, Lido.
And then
This is so
you
helpful.
know, that draft ballot thing you were looking at, someday, hopefully by phone 12, we'll see, finger crossed, you'll be able to just submit it to the chain. Just with all your picking, say, submit my
That'd be
ballot.
sweet. But that's what I was talking to Daniel the other day. They're like the visioning of like being able to use your platform of choice for voting. That just like sounds beautiful to me. You know?
That's the word we're going towards. So add your quick pitch. Add your quick pitch. We're really gonna try to get more people on, more eyes on more proposals this year. So 2 minutes. You get 2 minutes. 2 minutes pitch.
2 minutes. Keep it safe. Keep it 1:59. Never know how sketchy Lido gets with the 2000001.
Just for this room, the actual logic checks for 130 seconds.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
I'll take
That's
it.
what I was thinking. I'm like, I know there's gonna be some logic in there you don't want to mess with. So, okay.
So if it's like 2 minutes and 8 seconds, is fine. Just if it goes past 130 seconds, then that's the cutoff, you know.
Got it. Got it.
But I'm
That
saying
makes
2
sense.
minutes because, you know, people.
Because people.
Because people. I think Catalyst does the same thing, right? A deposit is really 458 or something, but it's say 508 because you never know. Sometimes it's like in a weird state, or like you might not, you know, so to be safe. there's
Yeah,
that
but they don't
pad
do
in
that
there.
with the 200 characters with your problem statements.
Well, with the 200 characters, you know right away it's wrong, right? You can fix it in a moment.
They definitely don't let you 201. I've tried. So that's funny. Well, anybody else? Oh, thank you so much, Lido. This is so helpful. Like always, you know, you rock. Anybody else want to talk about their proposal session? If you want to make it into the thread, I'll advise you to do your drive-by shilling.
I feel like everybody in this room already knows.
All right. Everybody knows sessions stuff, so why not?
Everybody knows.
I'll be happy to get some feedback from the giants in this room.
Oh, please. Just make sure you drop the proposal in the comments too, so we can check it out and put in your Twitter handle if you have one, as well as the name of the proposal, so we can keep track of it in our spreadsheet and make a nice little post. But go for it, Andrew.
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat then. Let me see if I can keep it under 2 minutes. So I mean, there's definitely a lot of moving parts in the background, but at a very basic level, my idea is really an esports platform, which we kind of already have in place, but we just use Discord now. And we plan to build a web application to migrate our existing community over, and that will give us an opportunity to reach out to the wider public. Basically, it's more for esports online gaming tournaments. And while we definitely are going to be promoting blockchain games, we have this idea that we can further infiltrate into traditional gaming and kind of give them that learning experience and show them what's possible, having it powered by blockchain. And of course, Cardano is our home, and we have created a native token on Cardano that we will use within our ecosystem that we have been using as well. And it's kind of, I put some videos on there too, but I'll say it again too. I was kind of like shocked because we put it to our community that, hey, we're going for funding to try and make this thing bigger and better. And we'd love for whoever wants to in the community to come to Idea Scale, learn about Catalyst, register to be an assessor, vote if you have that power, and give a fair opinion on our proposal. And I woke up the next day and we had like 500 kudos given to the project, and I was like, oh my God. So I was, to be honest, at first I was a little worried about how that would look, because to me it looks kind of spammy. And the truth is that it is literally just a proof that, you know, we kind of already doing this, and we already have our community, and they want to come and support us. So those are actual real people. And well, I mean, I know you can click the kudos button more than once, and I'm sure some of them did that. So one person give a certain amount, but I think it's a great indication that we already have this ball kind of moving, and we just need some more funding to take it to the next level. But basically, it's online gaming powered by Cardano in a sense where that's the currency we use within the community. So I'd love for feedback, and definitely would love to answer questions to clarify, because I'm sure some of you will be kind of like confused as to how it works or what it's about. I think I went over 2 minutes.
Yes, I'm actually looking through the proposal right now.
I definitely appreciate the explanation on the kudos, because I am one of those people that will side eye you, but that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I added some videos to the proposal, and I addressed that in my video, because of course anybody looks at they're gonna be like, what the hell is this guy doing? And literally all we did is we went out to the community and said, hey, we're going for funding, come and voice your opinion, come and join, and you know, I don't know how well it will be received, and I think a lot of people will look at it and be like, what the hell is going on here? But the fact is that all of those people are persons who, many didn't know about Cardano, none of them knew about Catalyst. One of the guys that we partner with, they want to submit a proposal now for something else, and they have this idea. So it kind of like, you know, mushrooms out. But I definitely wanted and that's something I think I need to keep saying. That's why we got so many kudos, because people are going to be looking like, you know, what is this guy doing? But I did nothing other than just tell our community to come and participate.
So do
Yeah,
you
this is super cool. Oh, go
yeah,
ahead,
do you
Jenny.
no, I was just gonna ask if you currently like host tournaments.
Yeah, so we actually started this project around a year ago. And at that phase, it was really just like when I found out about Cardano native tokens, I was like, oh my God, I have to try this, because I was working on some other things with NFTs, and I had invested in other on blockchain gaming, and you know, and I've been part of communities in traditional gaming like PlayStation 4 and stuff in what I would consider metaverse as well. And we would have different events and tournaments, but the whole currency was an in-game fake currency. And I was like, it would be so good if we started implementing cryptocurrency in these types of situations. So a year ago we started, it was kind of like a proof of concept, and we hosted tournaments. We had some good tournaments. Of course, many of them have been free to enter, because when you now come out and you just started and you're trying to build a name, a lot of people are kind of watching like, I don't know, is this thing for real or what? So it's all been self-funded. I put my own money in, and we've hosted tournaments. And then I said, okay, we need to get some proper funding to do this thing like at a high level. I kind of took a pause, and was like, because I wanted to come to Catalyst. And I was like, all right, so when I was too late for Fund 9, and he's like, okay, well, let's kind of pause it for now. And then when Fund 10 is announced, we'll ramp back up our activity, get the community pumping again, do our proposal, and then see where it goes, you know. See, Darlington has his hand up. I don't know if that's
intentional. Yeah, the proposal is really clear, makes sense. The one thing, if you're funded and you do your actual milestone that you're going to submit to the team for the outputs, I would try to be very clear and not have any ambiguity, right? Because people in the community are going to take your milestone and see what you say, and then go look at the thing you submit to see if they match, right? So language like features like this and this, you know, there's an ambiguity there, and it will just delay your funding. You might have to explain yourself. So if it's like a application and user feature, specific language like user will be able to register, user will be able to do this, you know, and like these like binary things that people can easily verify. the less of a chance you might have to have a back and forth between the verifier and your proposal, which can delay your funding. So otherwise, great proposal.
Yeah, sweet. I'm looking through it.
Thanks.
And looking at the stuff that you provided, like your links and your community.
Yeah, it was actually a Cardano dev. I don't know at what level, but he is my cousin, and he has been working with Cardano with, I don't know exactly where, but he saw what we were doing, and he told me, he was like, Andrew, I think you should go to Catalyst and propose. And I was like, well, what are you talking about? And he's the one that told me about Catalyst. So I thought, why not? You know, give it a shot. I mean, I've poured in a couple $1,000s into it overall so far, and I got offered 10,000 US from a business colleague of mine who saw it, and he was like, "This sounds really good. I'd like to invest." And I was on the cusp of accepting, and then I said, "You know what? When I worked out the maths behind it, I realized that's not enough to guarantee success, or to give me I mean, nothing really guarantees success, but give me a really good chance of success." And I didn't want to so I didn't want to take his money and then it flops. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to hold off for now. Let me go to Catalyst so I could get some proper funding to really get to that level where I have a high chance of success. And then I could start to look at taking investments from outside persons that would help as well.
What's your cousin's name?
Jordan Miller from Trinidad and Tobago.
What's your cousin's name?
That's my. Well, I was gonna say that's my cousin in the sense that like Trinidad and Tobago was like it's like so close to where I'm from, Venezuela. So it's like a place that we like go a lot to, and just visit all the time. You can see each other from the coast, which is pretty cool.
Yes, I can see Venezuela from here.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a
Yeah, Jordan
Tobago
has
is
a
beautiful, by the way. Tobago is beautiful. I love
yeah,
Tobago.
Tobago is really nice.
Yeah.
Jordan has a profile on idea skill as well. I think he was one of the first people to give us kudos. Let me see if I can find his profile and link it. Yeah, but Jordan gave me a story. Yeah, here it is. Jimbo, something like that, where he was in Barbados at one point in time, and I think was it Charles Hodgkinson's son or nephew or something was there with him, and they were very friendly, and there was this opportunity to learn Haskell programming that he applied for, and like they denied him. There's like no, and for whatever reason, and he spoke to whether it was a nephew or Charles's son or whatever it was, and he was like, no, and he made the link, and he did the program in Barbados. He passed the course, and Cardano hired him right after to do whatever it was. Jordan is bright. He's Oxford graduate and studied chemistry, and really, really intelligent young man. He's working on a couple of things too, some NFT project, and then he's doing some stuff with some coding for some idea he has in the insurance realm as well. Really, really intelligent guy. I think more of the genetic favor went his way.
He's part of the project, your proposal.
No, he's not. He's not part of it in any way. I asked him to come. I mean, really and truly, there's not much. I asked him if he would help with the web application side of it, and he was just like, "Boy, my hands are too full. I have too many things doing right now. He just wouldn't have time." I don't code. I'm trying to learn little things here and there, but any proposal you'll see we mention Snap Brillia, because I just thought it would be so good to utilize a previous funded project to help provide that facility to ensure that what we need is delivered on budget, on time, And that brings some more transparency, especially where milestones are considered. It's like, look, I'm kind of like hands off in a way. I don't even need to get that portion of the funding at all. If you go straight to Snapbrilliant and you know, and I don't know how that part of it will work, but definitely we plan to have them oversee the development process. And he explained that they would hold the funds in escrow and make sure each milestone is delivered. And I was like, that's great. That's exactly what I want. Let me focus on building the community and the other heavy lifting side of it. Yes, I see Matthew's hand is up.
Hey, thanks. How did Snapbrilliant get in touch with you? How did they find you?
Well, I found them because I've been coming to the town halls but it's kind of funny because the very first town hall I came to, there was kind of some back and forth between Lynn and Tom, and I was like, what the hell is going on here? I was like, this is my very first town hall, and it was kind of like fireworks was going on, and so I was just kind of looking, and then eventually I realized that Snapbrilliant had a service, something that could help me with that development process. So I just reached out to Lynn and asked him, you know, I really wanted to find out what it would cost because I didn't really know how to price. Like I knew what I needed in terms of the software, but I really didn't have an idea on the pricing. So I said, let me reach out to Lynn and figure this out. And he offered, said, listen, we could actually do this and do that and manage the project for you to ensure that you get what you need at the right price and make sure that, you know, everything is done properly. So I met him through town hall, and I reached out to him and we had a discussion, and to me, it just made so much sense. And I think it kind of like put myself in a voter's seat. When I look at it, I'm thinking, well, okay, well, if Snapbrilliant is involved here and they're going to actually manage a big portion of the project and the funds, it kind of brings some more safety in that, okay, we're going to get what we vote for if it's done in this way. That was my thinking, as well as I needed somebody to do it.
Good question, Matt. Yep, another question, Matt? I see your
I just
hand
forgot to
up.
put my hand down. Sorry.
Oh, no, that was a good question for sure.
I just haven't. Snapbrilliant was like a serial proposer. They typically have, you know, like a half a dozen or so proposals in each fund, and this time around, I'm not seeing any proposals from Snapbrilliant, and that's a little suspicious, I guess.
But they're helping other proposers now. That's kind of the route they're taking, I think.
Well, I guess they have their hands full from all the funding they would have gotten previously. I don't know. But funny enough, so I was just in full transparency, as I said, my first town hall meeting, there was a heated debate. Some profanities were tossed around as well. And long after that, I DM'd Tom and I was like, Tom, you know, I don't know what is the beef about, but I'm about to engage in a business plan with Nin, and I need to find out, you know, should I be concerned? And Tom said to me, you don't have any concern. Nin is a good guy. You will get a good service from Snapbrilliant. I think you're okay. That's what Tom said to me. I was like, all right, well, if Tom is the one that has an issue with him and says that, then I feel confident, you know what I mean? Other than that little thing, I couldn't see any reason why they wouldn't be able to deliver on what they said they would. But happy for any feedback here, because I mean, the proposal is it. Go ahead.
I would say two things that, not specifically about Snapbrilliant or Tom or any of them. These are people that I've known personally for a little while and worked with closely with limited, you know, with a variety of results, good and bad. And there's a graveyard full of projects that have taken this kind of approach where they don't build in-house expertise and in-house skill on delivering their commitments, and they rely on an outsourced development team. So be sure that milestones are hit before payouts are made, and that you don't get caught up in project planning mission creep and the other things that could go wrong when you take the route of fully outsourcing the development of what could be a complicated endeavor. So just let me just give you that advice when you're taking this route.
Yeah, thanks a million. I appreciate that, and that's a interesting some interesting insight there. Because I actually, my thought process was by engaging them, I would avoid those problems of not having milestones delivered on time. Because what they said they would do is they would manage the funds in escrow and only pay to the actual developer when that milestone is hit. So that's kind of, I hope that gives me the safety net that I need, but I appreciate that.
I think it's a good practice. I think what you end up with is you have somebody working for you for a month on a project. They have you doing something, I've been working on this forever. It's just taking me a little longer than I expected. Can I get paid for what I've done? Can I get paid for the time I've been here with you? Those kinds of things. I mean, it becomes a difficult conversation to have with a developer who maybe has delivered good quality work for you, but just doesn't, just did a bad job at the beginning of estimating how long it would take or how much was required, to deliver success. So I would maybe when you talk with Nin about scoping out the project and the scope of work, make sure that you work only with people on his team that have been that have actually delivered working product on Cardano. And so that way you will avoid, sometimes with Snaprillia, with other houses that tend to bring in newer developers and they hire, sort of fresh from university type developers to work on these projects. They would need, make sure that you've talked, that you only get assigned people who have a track record of delivering in this ecosystem. And if you develop on Ethereum, if you develop on Polygon, if you develop on other chains, that does not automatically qualify you to develop on Cardano, just because the UTXO model in Cardano is different than the account model on Ethereum. The languages are all different. The structure is all different. And if somebody's got experience with Solidity, it doesn't necessarily mean that they'll also be a good coder for any of the Cardano tooling. So make sure that when you start out, you get the right people assigned to your project. You scope the work right. You make sure that they're able to deliver on that timetable.
That's really, really awesome advice, Matthew. Thanks a lot for that. And that one is definitely locked away in the vault. And God willing, I do get funded. That will be at the forefront of my mind moving forward for sure. Thanks a lot for that.
Great feedback, man.
See, a gentleman has his hand up.
Yes, we got NFT Rescue Foundation. How are you, my friend? Nice to see you.
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me up, Jenny. Good to see you again. Haven't seen you since last year at the Bloom. Going to see you again this year, I trust.
Yes, we're going to see each other again. Exciting.
Nice. In fact, I'm repping the shirt. Love it. It's very comfortable. So no, I just wanted to interject something with Andrew. Andrew, I've been working with Nin now for about the last year in the development of my project. I'm an IRL 501c3. I work in the IRL world. I'm bringing my IRL business into Cardano. Little story behind it. I was originally with Engine. I was going to get full development with the Engine token on the ERC20. And needless to say, I'm here in Cardano because of the Ethereum communities. The Ethereum communities were out there to grab and run whatever information they can and started developing and adding some of my ideas onto their projects, which is fine. The more we can help the world, the better. But I want to say here, in conversation with Nin, Andrew, are you going to be at Rare? Are you going to be at the Rare Evo this year?
I have no idea what you speak of. I'd love to hear.
Rare is a conference, really cool conference, and it was born in the Cardano community, and now it's like bringing multiple chains to it, and it's
That's
really
an
it's really neat.
in-person event.
In-person event happening in Colorado and Denver at the end of next month.
And
And
next
a lot
month.
of us are gonna be there. Yeah.
Yeah, that I don't think I would have time to do that. I will be traveling to the States on vacation in December, but next month Colorado might be a bit tight. So probably look at that for maybe the next year.
Well, the reason I mentioned that is I'm going to be there with Snaprilia. We discussed the project. Snaprilia is going to be developing our entire project on Cardano. I got introduced to NIN through an IOG representative. And in learning more about NIN and more about Snaprilia and his capabilities of his talents, I'm not a coder. I'm not a techie guy. I'm a business-minded individual that deals in real-life business situations. I have a minor in economics. I have a business management degree. So therefore, in selecting the process through, several offers that I've gotten offers from Drip Drops. I've gotten offers from another DAO that was on our program that they seem to have vanished. But with NIN, it's been a constant weekly online meetings, Google Meets. So with NIN, I've been meeting with him on a weekly basis. Over the last year, I feel very comfortable with his expertise and his connections within the community. And I also build my connections within the community and bring them into Snaprilia as well, because I run into connections like EpochSec. I was able to talk with him about our cybersecurity for our project. And in talking with him in that, my goal is to hire every developer, the team, not only the dev side, but also the IRL side within the Cardano community. I don't want to go out to any other blockchain and start bringing in people that are starting that are going to clash because, oh, I'm Cardano or I'm Ethereum or I'm Polygon or I'm Solana. I mean, right now it's all it's the Wild West right now, and it's important to be able to settle with the right person. So I just wanted to step in, speak up for Snaprilia. I feel very confident with them over the last year. And I think you'll find a lot of success with them. With the milestones, same thing. They're going to be able to handle those milestones. Why? Because they wrote those milestones into my proposal. This is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to accomplish, when we're going to do it, and how we're going to do it. And that's what allows me to realize also and feel comfortable with NIN, is because he set his own milestones in there. So he's going to be confident in being able to deliver.
Can I ask a question? Have they actually delivered something? Is this a finished product or is this still in planning?
The proposal itself is waiting to get funded so it can begin development. It's not a finished product. I developed my IR1, my 501 since April of 2021. I've invested about $186,000 into my business, not only with the assets that we needed to run, but also the connections. I'm connected with the United Nations. I work with NGOs all over the world. We raise funding for animal rights. We raise funding for human rights. We raise funding for SDG developments. This is real world. Now I'm bringing in my real world business into Cardano. And that's my goal with that, is to bring outside revenues and outside influence into Cardano, because my belief and what I've learned with Cardano is that it's the snake eating its own tail. Everybody's feeding off each other in the community, and that's not sustainable in business. So my goal is to bring outside influence into Cardano, not people, but financial fiduciary influence. And that's where the 501 comes in that I explained in the proposal.
That makes a lot of sense. I think the risk, I think it's that delivery part, because there's been high profile failures too, with other firms besides NID, where it's the same relationship of somebody has a proposal, they hire the firm, and then the scope is different when it comes to implementation. And then it falls apart type thing. So that risk is there. And I think it's a higher risk.
I agree.
If
I
you
agree.
can
There
point
is a
to
high
say,
risk.
hey, if you can point to say, hey, this dApp was developed by this firm, like a finished product.
Yeah, I agree with that. The risks are definitely there, but the way I laid out my business is I have my IRL side and I have my crypto side or my Cardano side. Both developments are independent from each other. However, the IRL side delves into the Cardano side specifically for the use of the NFTs as a vehicle to raise funds in the real world and bring those funds into our blockchain, into our ecosystem. And that's, for example, I have a national contract with the Fogo de Chao restaurant chain. I can hold real IRL fundraisers in every restaurant across the country. Would I love to do that right now? Absolutely. But until I automate to where I can handle the influx of those donors coming in and developing their own profile, I need the blockchain in there so I can lock it in there, number one. Number two, encrypt it. Number two, so it becomes transparent. Philanthropies do not want transparency. I'll tell you that right off the bat. Philanthropies basically give you an overview picture of what they do and the lives they change, but they don't give you, okay, what did my $2 do when I donated it to a cancer ward? Did it actually change life? Did it actually pay bills for a family that is distraught having to go into bankruptcy to pay for the cancer treatments? That's where NFTs will come in through the proof of donation. I'm going to be able to get these NGOs to provide me that proof of donation and the results of that donation, turn it into an NFT and send it to our donors in their wallets. And that's the idea. It's transparency, it's algorithms, it's APIs, it's working with NFTs, bringing in real world money into our ecosystem and managing it all through proprietary software. And that's where I'm leaning with NIN to develop that proprietary software, which I already have the outline for. I just need a developer to look at it and translate it into developer jargon so that they can create what I'm looking to create in the Cardano side. As far as my IRL world, I'm lining up with wishpond.com, which is a big marketing company. They work with the Ritz-Carltons, they work with ESPN, they nurture all their clients. And it's a big high dollar platform. That's my IRL platform. Am I going to mix the two together? No, I'm keeping them separate for a reason. When one fails, the other one's still running. If the other one's still running, it can support the one that needs that support. Instead of going all in on Cardano and saying, okay, I'm going to be a 501c3 on Cardano. No, I need to prove myself in the real world first, make sure my business model works in the real world before I interject it into Cardano. I'm the type of person that under promises and over delivers. And if my team, including Snaprillia, is not in that same vision, it's not someone I want to have on my team.
Got it. Did you make sure that you put the information for your proposal in the comments so we can?
Why
Yeah,
are
let me
people
let me
posting
figure that
links,
out. Hold on.
So
links
I
to
can,
their profiles in the
so we
comment?
can
What
make
is that
sure.
for?
Oh,
How
because
come people
I'm
paste their link to their profiles
linked
in
to the
ideas?
profile. Oh, to the an idea skill. What do you mean?
Yeah, instead of the proposal, a link to their profile. What was that? What's that about?
Oh,
I apologize. That may have been an error on.
no, you were showing your cousin. Is that what it
Yeah,
is?
I posted a link to my
Your
cousin's,
cousin. Okay.
but I should have,
Okay.
yeah, because somebody had asked, but I should have put the actual
Did
I
you all
think
get,
you did for yours,
you
yes.
got
I
the
just
link
want,
to the proposal?
yeah, basically,
Okay.
just in case, I, the reason
So,
why it's like, wanna create a thread. This is
right.
gonna be like a weekly basis thing, so I just wanna make sure that
I'll
I
send it.
connect all the
I'll send
dots
it.
for everyone. And
Yeah,
the
I'll send
same
it back
for,
again. But while I'm on the mic, let me just say again to NFT Rescue, thanks for what you said, and it does made me feel a bit more comfortable. But then I have a question for Darlington, because Darlington made a really good interjection asking, well, is that a finished product? Because things may be going good now, and maybe there's not a finished product. So should I be concerned there? But what I really want to ask Darlington is, if you were in my shoes, I mean, we can't afford to hire first of all, we won't even know who to select to say, okay, well, this person is right for the job. That's number one. But even if we knew, okay, this guy, he's perfect for the job, to develop this app, and we need to get him on our team or hire him or whatever it is, we can't afford that right now. So we kind of have to wait until we get funding to even think about that. So I try to look for the way that could guarantee me the most amount of success. But what would your approach have been if you were in my shoes, where you're not a coder and you don't really know who's the best person for the job, and you want to ensure that two things, that the community that's voting will look and say, okay, this looks like it's safe because it's going to get done, and how do I navigate that and actually get the right person for the job?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Not an easy one to answer.
Exactly right. It's not easy. Well, I mean, the nice thing with Catalyst now, everything is milestone based. Everything is milestone based. You have to do the thing. You have to meet these specific requirements. This is why I went for your proposal specifically. I was saying there shouldn't be any ambiguity there. There should be clear. The user will be able to do this. This thing will exist, like clear statements that's easily verifiable. And then just hold your devs to that same burden of proof, right? Is the thing done? Great. If it's not done, no money. And I know there's gonna be that tension that Matthew talked about, like, oh, I need the money. But now you have a thing to say, hey, we don't get paid unless I submit this proof that says you did the thing, right? You have a scapegoat.
Yeah, and we could actually make that known up front and let them know, hey, make sure and get your scope right, because you can't come to me in a month or 2 months or 3 months time and said you miscalculated and need more money. There just won't be more money.
but
So
this is just to that, if I can add something to that, there's like, there's a portion in there of the proposal they ask you if you have any dependencies, right? Would you consider that a dependency?
Yeah, well, I asked Ninak, and his thing was no.
It's more of a rhetorical thing, because I'm gonna add to that, because I think you should ask this kinds of entities that are out there promoting to Catalyst proposers how many projects they're supporting currently, how many projects, how many proposals are they going to, are they backing as and they're going to be providing support if funded. So you can also get an idea and say like, wow, that's a lot. How many people are in your team? And how are you going to scale? Those questions matter. And I think we need to make it maybe, make a little bit more of a, bring up awareness to this, to help also this firms that are going to be supporting these proposals to as well, maybe create have their own Catalyst profile where you can add them to your proposal and make it a little bit more transparent, where people can say like, okay, let me search for Snabrilia and see what the Snabrilia is going, who's, who are they, working with on this round, and it just kind of
That-
helps.
Yeah, that's a great point. And it kind of leads me to the next question, because this is a what if scenario. What if we do get voted to get funded, and then we get into that phase of setting the milestones and whatnot, and then when we go to the table with Snabrilia, for whatever reason, they said, Andrew, we're sorry, but we're involved in so many other proposals that got funded, and our workload is too heavy that we just can't facilitate. Now, there may be alternatives, right, that could probably get a job done, or just as well, or even better than Snabrilia. Maybe they have finished products that they could say, hey, we could do the job. Am I going to be able at that time to shift and move to, if Snabrilia says that they can't do it, am I going to be able to go to another developer within the Cardano ecosystem and have them replace that when my proposal actually said that Snabrilia would be managing it? That's something that
We should have smart contracts for this, to be honest. There should be a system for smart contracts or that can protect, everybody in these cases. So, I mean, we do have to think about this. And it's nothing to do with Snabrilia in particular. We're kind of like using that because it's an example, because you happens to be that several people are using it right now. And
I mean, there are at least 10 things that come to mind immediately that could be a reason why Snabrilia says we can't do it anymore, even though I told you we'd be able to do it.
we got funded by proposals are going to pay us more, and we don't have the bandwidth to do this. You're not priority
the price of
anymore.
ADA dropped.
Yeah,
The
all
price
kinds
of
of
ADA
different
dropped.
things. Yeah.
And maybe they're no longer willing to
We're
to
gonna
go for
wrap
that.
this up soon, but I want to make sure that everybody gets to eat their piece if there's anything else that anybody
Yeah,
wants to
I'd like
say.
to throw one more thing in for Andrew. Andrew, you said the price of ADA dropped. I came into ADA when it was $2.80. And I came all in. I sold 4 Bitcoin and came into ADA at 280. So that tells you kind of what the endurance level is. My next question was, Andrew, how long have you been wanting to develop on Cardano? How long have you been within the community of Cardano wanting to build your project?
I would say a little over a year. And I've done a couple other different things in Cardano, and I really enjoy the level of support given by the community. Like the way I don't code, but I got my native token done, and I created a stake pool, which we have on testnet called Caribbean Pool. And I got a lot of help from this guy, George, from Apex Pool. And I just see the way that the community is like building together and working together, and the way the infrastructure works. And I just find it makes sense, even like things with sending NFTs or sending ADA or sending native tokens, the fees are so small in comparison to other blockchains. I just really like the Catalyst. The Catalyst community is great. I just really like what the feel I get from the Cardano community. And so I would say just maybe a little over a year now, I thought this is the place that I really want to be, and saw opportunity to actually run our business as well.
So with that said, the community that you have is a great community. Cardano is family. So if you cannot find a developer through Snabrilia, you're going to find a developer through the community. Open call, put an open call out there. In fact, I'm going to be announcing an open call for Real Life, my IRL foundation, who wants to come on board and volunteer. I have positions on our board of directors. I have positions in our senior officer, and if you don't reach out to the community and say, hey, community, I need your help, they're not going to hear your cries. So you have to reach out and say, this is what I need. This is what I'm developing. I can really use the community's help. I guarantee you the community is going to bound around you, and they're going to help you because they want to see projects succeed on the ecosystem. And the more projects we succeed on the ecosystem, the stronger our ecosystem is going to get. And the more the jealousy is going to build on the other ecosystems out there that are out there to bash you, to tell you, no, Cardano doesn't have the security features, or Cardano doesn't have this, or Cardano doesn't have that. If Cardano has the community strength, Cardano has what you need. That's all I'm saying. Just put it out there. You'll get the community around you that you need.
Great point. Great point. What's up, Matthew?
Thanks, Jenny. Thanks, Darlington, for keeping this thing open as late as it is. I know it's 4 o'clock on the East Coast here, and it's been going on for a while. So thanks for keeping it open.
No problem, man.
The question came up earlier, and I'm currently cleaning up my fridge, so it's hard for me to jump in. How do you find a developer if you get funded and you can't get SnapReally, you can't get a contract dev? Hang out in the Twitter spaces, come and join, meet people, make some friends in the ecosystem. There are developers all around who are capable and are interested in collaborating on projects. And so there's a bunch of folks around. You just really need to keep your eyes open for them. And they're all, broadly speaking, they're very good. The Cardano ecosystem is not like many of the others where people will, where they were like every scammer and robber in the forest is going to come and try to work for you for nothing, or for a contract. There's very little of that actually happening, because the people who are around and building can point to something that they've built, and there's a lot of proof, not a whole lot of talking without delivering.
Yeah, thanks for that. And just to clarify, like, I know they're gonna have a lot of developers within the Cardano space. The real question was that at the point of being funded, if for whatever reason I couldn't go with SnapReally, would I still get the funding to go with another developer? Or would they say, well, that's a deal breaker because you said SnapReally, no, you're not using them? That was my real concern.
I think it's really about the milestones. And so if this button works when you click it, or if this thing's been put out there, then it doesn't matter really who does the work. That it's not like you're signing a contract with SnapReally and Catalyst to do these things exactly like that. So it's really a Darlington question, I think, because he's more familiar with that process. But from what I understand, if the milestones are met, you get funded.
Yeah, that they only care about things you put in the milestone. So
okay, great. Well, that makes me feel even more at rest then. Thank
you. That's what I'm asking. Pay attention to that when you write it. Don't put anything in there that can be easily verified. So
we're gonna like post in here just our Cardano Over Coffee proposal if you want to take a look at it, as well as our Twitter, the link to our Twitter, where you can find valuable resources, information, stay up to date, and also find the link to schedule a spot in our Twitter spaces if you want to talk about your project. I know that we're because of Cardano, because of Project Catalyst, we were super duper booked quickly until September, but yesterday we added a few spots for Friday as a third guest. So if there's still some left, you might want to check that out. We're gonna be creating a little thread and throwing these proposals in there for those who talked about and share their proposals today, trying to help spread the word. Visit each other. I just encourage to provide some valuable input, make some comments, help people understand what your perception is of each other's proposals. This is just one round, and sometimes it takes two. Sometimes people get funded in the first round. Sometimes it takes a couple rounds of feedback and trying before you actually make a better proposal that gets passed. So feedback matters, like Lido will say. And yeah, that's it for me. I think this was great. Thank you everybody for sharing and for coming and hanging out with us and providing support for the community and valuable insights. Let me see who's sharing something here. Okay, I want to make sure I don't miss that out. Oh, Andrew, you showed up here at the very end. Jarhead. Oh, you're muted. You're muted. Can't hear you. Nada.
Yeah, I've been here.
Nada.
I've been here for a little bit. I was in Harrison's space beforehand.
Oh, okay. Okay. Just
Hello, Andrew. Nice seeing your face.
Hey, what's up, man?
thanks for showing some support. Drop in your little proposal in here, Jarhead, before we go. Do you want to give a little drive-by shilling on your proposal?
Yeah, sure, I can. Can you hear the vacuum outside? My neighbor's vacuuming out his car. Can
I
you hear it?
can't hear it.
Okay, just making sure. Yeah, it's actually pretty simple. CAMO, Cardano Alliance for Military Outreach. Its mission is to provide purpose and community and opportunity to veterans. Basically connect them in with the blockchain and go to different events, try and connect the real world in, give a use case. They understand the blockchain is not just crypto and go up, go down, and everybody lose money and stuff like that. It's not what it is. You know, we actually have a purpose here and just try and help veterans out as they transition out of service. That's it. That's the pitch.
That's
you
the
go check out.
pitch.
Yeah, that's the pitch. Go check out the proposal. It's not that short.
Post it in there.
Hold on.
I want to
Give
make
me a
sure
second.
that we get it.
Yeah, I'll post it in
Get
there.
it in. Because, you know, I'm gonna make a little thread. When I want to include everybody, I don't want to miss anybody. So I'm gonna put here. And then if you can also drop in your Twitter. Just for those who want to connect as well. Is that you?
No, give me a second.
You know, you're posting all your baby baby Marine pictures. You haven't aged a bit.
Oh, it was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Young. You did go there young, not gonna lie. That's why a lot of my friends went there. They were young. They were serving. So you're still young and you're done with service. So it's like youth is still with you, my friend.
Well, he's still serving, just in different ways.
Yes. Did you post it or not yet? No.
I'm trying to. Hold on a second. This is
You'll make it. You'll make it. And I see Simon here. Hi, Simon. And yeah, we'll be doing this every Wednesdays, and we also have the chosen. We have Catalyst talks on Fridays. Lido's usually there. Hopefully now that editing period for proposals is done, we'll get to see you more Fridays again. And yeah, the idea is to spread the word.
Yeah,
This is going to be very community
So,
heavy.
I just sent the link for Andrew.
Okay, you made it before he did. Okay.
So that list, I was just adding proposals as people were presenting them, for this week. So I was in here last week. But yeah. So it's maybe mostly to help Jenny too when she create her threads and just double check. But as people, I do see this in here now, so I can add that. I just shared the edit link with you, Jenny, so you can.
Oh yeah, I have a. That's cool that you're creating that. Cook Time was creating a. She has a list, and I have a spreadsheet I should share with you as well, where we have.
Yeah,
We're
so we can
keeping
put
track
that
of
in there.
proposals
Yeah.
every Wednesday. But cool that you share that. And the idea is like to create a little thread from the coffee cup and tag people just to help spread the word. And I have the recordings, so I think I'm going to send those to Hero so he can start posting them on YouTube. That's another thing we can do. So we'll have can get some exposure through YouTube and then through Twitter. Now we have here, and we'll just keep helping one another and just grow together. And that's it for me.
All right.
Any words, Lido?
Yeah.
Are you good?
Thank you. Thank you for posting that, Harrison. Appreciate that.
He did it. He got your back. That's it?
No,
All right, guys.
that's it. See you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right,
and
guys,
see
take care. Thank you.
See you later. Take care.